Sky, before we do anything else, a quick game.
Go on then.
An estate agency on Teesside. Family firm, award-winning, been at it for years. In 1 month, their newest recruit reads 600 buyer inquiries. How many of those buyers turn out to be sellers in disguise?
Out of 600, 20. 25 if they're lucky.
87.
87?
87. And the new recruit never sleeps, never takes lunch, and answers to the name Elsie.
We get people, when they call, they refer to Elsie. We've even had people come in the office asking to speak to Elsie.
Then we should probably do the introductions. This is the Rook Report Radio Show. One big story from UK estate agency pulled properly apart. I'm Sky.
And I'm Sterling. We're the virtual presenters of the Rook Report show, and every word here was put together by the team at SalesRook.
Today, the year Michael Poole stopped losing the leads they already paid for. A first month that looks almost too good to be true. A full year that got counted the hard way, and the leads most agents never even knew they were losing.
And later on, the man who runs the firm, Rich Poole, in his own words. Stay with us.
Right, Sterling, set this one up for me, because case studies in this industry usually start with, we got them more leads.
And this one starts the opposite way. When SalesRook met Michael Poole, the leads were already arriving. Across the year, the firm handled over 40,000 inquiries.
40,000, so nobody could call that a lead problem.
It was never a lead problem. And here's the bit that reframed it for me. Think about what those inquiries already cost. The average agency now pays Rightmove around £1,530 a month, every month, largely to make the phone ring.
So the money isn't leaking on the way in?
It leaks on the way out. In the inquiries nobody reads properly or answers in time. The piece has this lovely line. The agency that grows is rarely the one that bought the most inquiries. It's the one that lost the fewest.
That's the whole thesis, isn't it? Don't buy a louder phone, answer the one that's already ringing.
And read what it says when you do. Because the big claim here is that inside an ordinary buyer message, is the flat still available? Can I view on Saturday? There's often a seller hiding. Somebody asking about a 2-bed flat may also have a house to sell, and they'll mention it in passing, but only if the conversation is warm enough to invite it, and only if someone is actually listening.
Read past that and you've booked a viewing. Read into it and you've found an instruction.
So, the numbers. And Sky, one important label before any of them. This first set is month 1. 1 month. Not a run rate. That's how Michael Poole's story is published, and that's how we'll tell it.
Noted. Month 1.
In month 1, Elsie read 600 sales inquiries and flagged 87 of them as carrying an on-patch valuation hiding inside, a discovery rate of 14.5%.
Roughly 1 in 7 buyer inquiries, hiding a seller.
The team then went out and conducted 38 of those valuations and won 12 instructions.
And here's the bit that got me. All 12 completed. Every single one. Worth £28,500 in commission between them. An 11-to-1 return on what the firm spent with SalesRook that month.
11-to-1 in month 1.
And you do not have to take our word for the count. This is Remy Remington, SalesRook's co-founder and commercial director, in a presentation he recorded at the time.
This is their first ever month on SalesRook, and it was from December the 16th to January the 16th. This represents across their 9 branches. From 600 sales inquiries, SalesRook identified 87 on-patch, on-territory valuation leads. From those, 38 valuations were carried out, of which 12 were instructed, and now we know all 12 of those sales are completed.
Now, hold on though, because my skepticism alarm goes off at numbers like that. And honestly, so does the articles.
It does, and I love it for that. It says that month flatters the result and undersells it at the same time. Flatters it because 1 strong month is not a year, and 12 out of 12 completing is not what a normal year looks like anywhere.
And undersells it because
it counts on-patch sales commission and nothing else. Not an hour of the time saved, not a single mortgage referral, and none of the off-patch work, which we will get to because it might be my favourite part of this whole story.
So, a good first month is a good first month, and it is not evidence, which is exactly why they went and counted a full year. Sterling, this next part is the bit I'd play to anyone who has ever been waved at by a case study.
Because of how it was counted.
With Michael Poole's blessing, their own team pulled a full year of property records straight out of their CRM. Every sales valuation that became a registered property, November 2024 to October 2025. Then those records were matched against Elsie's conversations. Postcode, address, email, name.
So when they say a result came from the AI, they can point at it in the client's own system.
Individually. And here's the honesty beat. Counting that way, only 22.8% of the year's valuations could be confidently traced to a specific source at all. So every number that follows is deliberately conservative. It cuts against SalesRook.
The true figure is almost certainly higher, and they still publish the smaller one. All right, what did the count find?
Inside enquiries the team was already receiving, Elsie surfaced 370 sales valuations. Those became 97 instructions. 40 of them have already exchanged and completed, banking over £100,000 in commission. And another 57 instructions were still working through the pipeline when they ran the numbers.
So that commission figure is a floor, not a ceiling.
And roughly 1 in 4 of the valuations Elsie surfaced became an instruction, from messages most branches would wave through as viewing requests.
Now, there's a twist in that count I did not expect. It wasn't built to flatter SalesRook, and it didn't. It showed Rich Poole that his own website, not Elsie, was his single biggest traced source of instructions.
Which he couldn't see before. His words. Our website keeps telling us that our website's doing well, but when you haven't got a comparison, you don't know where the leads are coming from.
An award-winning, multi-branch firm, and even he couldn't see it without the count. Now, the quieter number, and I'd argue the more important one, across the year, handling that volume of inquiries automatically handed the team back 4,246 hours.
Which is what in people terms?
The equivalent of 2 to 4 full-time negotiators they never had to hire. And when you put the commission and the hours together, the year works out at around 700% return on what they spent.
Right, and the sharpest listeners will have spotted something. 11 to 1 in month 1, around 700% for the year. The fast month looks better than the full year, and that is exactly where I'd start wondering if someone is quietly picking whichever number flatters them.
So let's do what the piece does and point at it ourselves. 3 reasons. 1. The window. The year includes the slow early weeks while Elsie was still learning their patch, their stock and their voice. And every quiet month after, ramp up is real.
2. The arithmetic. The first month sits inside the year, not alongside it. They're 2 counts of overlapping time, not 2 separate pots of money. So don't add the $28,500 to the year's commission and imagine a bigger total.
Please don't. And 3, they measure different things. The month counted on-patch sales commission against 1 month's spend. Full stop. The year counts commission plus the hours handed back across 12 months and only against that traceable 22.8%.
So the month tells you how quickly this starts working.
And the year tells you what it's worth once the novelty wears off. The year is the number you'd plan a business on.
Now, Sterling, your favourite part. Go.
The leads that were never theirs to lose. Michael Poole are members of the Relocation Agent Network, the invitation-only group where agents refer people moving across the country to a trusted member agent in the other area and share the fee for doing it.
Paint me the picture.
A buyer inquires about a house on Michael Poole's own patch, up in Teesside, and in passing, they mention they're relocating from the other end of the country, which means somewhere back there is a home they still need to sell.
Ah, so the referral isn't the buyer in front of you, it's the house they're leaving behind.
Exactly. And for most agents, that opportunity simply evaporates. Catching it means someone reading the whole message, clocking a passing mention, and passing it on. And nobody has the time. Well, once every inquiry was being read properly, Michael Poole's off-patch referral log went from 18 in the previous year to 206 in 10 months.
18 to 206.
A 10-fold jump, caught and logged for the network instead of walking out of the conversation. And not one of them cost a penny more in marketing. But keep the two wins strictly separate in your head. The 97 instructions were their own, one on their own patch. The 206 referrals were opportunities for other agents entirely. Neither produced the other.
And Rich has already done the arithmetic on what that referral log is worth.
But the increase in referral rate and valuations, we've had a couple paid already, and we're starting to look at it now and thinking, well, the off-patch valuation benefit to SalesRook will probably pay for our SalesRook AI solution on its own. The rest of all the other benefits are just cream.
Two different things that happen when you stop letting inquiries go unread. Okay, I think it's time we heard from the man himself. This is Rich Poole, Managing Director of Michael Poole, talking to the Relocation Agent Network in his own words.
Most people respond to it much, much quicker than they do email. It's not taking away the human-to-human contact, which is so important in our industry. It's enhancing it, if anything. The time taken from fully qualifying somebody or chasing those leads is now spent on productive tasks. For me, it's a no-brainer.
That was Rich Poole of Michael Poole Estate Agents. And Sky, the line I keep coming back to is the middle one. It's not taking away the human-to-human contact. It's enhancing it.
Because that is the real objection, isn't it? We're a phone-first firm. I don't want a machine getting between us and our clients. And the answer in this story is that the machine's job is to make sure the call actually happens, instead of the inquiry sitting unread until the buyer has moved on.
And when the finished Year 1 analysis went over to Rich, by the way, his reply was one line. Yes, I've got the report, some very big numbers in there.
Straight to the point. Okay, so what does a listener actually do with all this on Monday morning? Because the piece is quite firm that the lesson is not go and buy the software.
It's almost aggressively not that. The challenge is run the cheapest possible version of that count on your own numbers. Pull last week's enquiries. Count how many got a reply inside 5 minutes, inside 5 hours, and how many are still sitting there unanswered.
Then read the 10 most recent ones properly, all the way through, and make 2 marks. Every buyer who lets slip they also have a place to sell on your patch, and separately, every buyer moving in from somewhere else. Because that one's a referral, not an instruction, and it's worth money too.
Multiply the first count by your average commission per instruction, and whatever it comes to, that is the size of the leak sitting unread in your own inbox. Same portals, same Rightmove bill, same team.
And that's the story. The year Michael Poole stopped losing the leads they already paid for. The full written case study has every figure, the receipts, and Rich on camera talking about the year. You'll find it linked in the show notes.
And if this one earned a spot on your commute, the show is available wherever you get your podcasts. Follow along and you'll catch every story as it lands. The Rook Report Radio Show comes to you from SalesRook. I'm Sterling.
And I'm Sky. The inquiries are already yours. You've already paid for them once. The only question left is whether anyone reads them.
The Rook Report Radio Show from SalesRook. This episode, the year Michael Poole stopped losing the leads they already paid for. Written up by the team at SalesRook. For more, visit salesrook.com